There's this thing called bridge jumping, and what it physically is you jump off a bridge. That's it. And some people are like, oh yeah, bridge jumping stuff. And for me personally, I looked at bridge jumping as a danger and a threat to my life, considering I'm, 6 foot, almost 280 pounds. But all my friends were really, in shape and really fit. They all had six packs. I was just like protecting my six pack. That's kind of what I was doing. In high school, I was like, listen, there's a six pack there. I got to keep it safe. So basically, here's what happened. In high school, I played a lot of World of Warcraft, and I was no Lunatics. Thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it, bro. I got some stuff in the chat from my man Lunatic. Thank you, brother. Appreciate me. So I was I was a young man, and I was a really good World of Warcraft raider, and it was Friday, and we had, I think it was either Thursday or Friday, and I had to farm mats into a raid. It was one of the two. And so we were getting ready for our raid or whatever. And,
Tim!
I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I was, one of the number one DPS that we had. So I'm there, and my buddies come over to my house, and they say, Tim, we're leaving. And I was like, but why? I need to raid. I can't go. He's like, no, we're leaving. And I was like, what are we doing? They're like, we're going to bridge jump. And I was like, what the f-? He's like, we're going to bridge jump. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, we're going to jump off bridges. And I'm like, I like the ground, bro. Why do I gotta go somewhere? I like the ground. I don't need to feel safe here, I was like, nah, dude, I'm not really feeling that. I'm not going. They're like, but Angela's gonna be there. We'll say Angela's this girl's name. And Angela, just so you know, is a girl that I had a crush on. She was kind of the girl I could never get. I got in the friend zone with her for a while, but I loved Angela, bro. Loved her. This is before mom in high school. I'd like to add that. This is my junior year. So they were like, Angela's going to be there. I was like, I don't care, bro. I got to raid. My guild needs me. It's Molten Core. It's pretty serious. And they were like, no, we're going. And they unplugged my computer and they made me go. Which, by the way, I would just like to say, I feel like those aren't very good friends. I just wanted to raid, not jump off bridges. But regardless, let's move on with the story. So we get to this spot and we're at a bridge, and the bridge, you're jumping off the bridge into water. That's the fun. You literally jump off the bridge for 2 seconds or 3 seconds and you fall into water. That's it. Bridge jumping. Poof. Oh, that's so fun. It's fucking stupid. It's dumb. I still, to this day, think bridge jumping is very dumb. Okay? So, my friends are all jumping off the bridge, and I'm chilling on the side, like near the rocks or whatever, with Angela and the girls. And I got, I'm one of those kids in high school. I'm a fat kid, and I got my white t-shirt on because I don't want everyone to see my titties. So I got my white t-shirt on. And I just want to say to you, if you're an overweight person here that struggles with that, as someone who used to wear shirts all the time, I just want to tell you, brother to brother, and or sister to sister, I guess, even with the shirt, they can still see your effing body. Just take it off. It's more comfortable. So, anywho, so I'm sitting there with my shirt on, and being real fat titty like, and I'm just kind of chilling, And my friends come over. They're like, all right, Tim, it's time to go. We're going to the top of the bridge. I was like, I don't want to. I'd rather stay on the ground. They're like, no, we're going. I was like, and then Angela. What I nickname her? Angela. Angela's like, come on, Tim, you can do it. She like gives me a little bit of a word of encouragement. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna impress this girl. So I get my fat ass to the top of that bridge, and I'm on the peak of it. I'm on the peak, the point of no return at this point. All my friends are behind me. I'm kind of balancing on this one metal strip, and so all my friends kept telling me, all you got to do is you jump and you pencil. So what you do is you jump off the bridge, and the pencil is obviously you get close to your body, and you basically go straight down rather than having a lot of surface area, and you just kind of right into the water, right? That's the idea, okay? So all my friends are doing it, no problem, jumping and penciling, and then I'm up there, and I'm looking down, and I get really nervous. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. My friends are like, don't be a pussy, saying all that stuff. Jump off the bridge, fatty. It was a pretty rough childhood. And so basically what ends up happening is I get really scared and I start to wimp out, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And I try and walk away. But then who do I see out of the corner of my eye? That's right, chat, Angela. I see her in her fit bikini. And she says, come on, Tim, you can do it. And she cheers me on. And I was like, dude, I'm going to impress this girl. This is what's going to get me out of the friend zone, jumping off of a fucking bridge. This is what's going to get me out of the friend zone. I'm going to jump my fat donk off this effing bridge. So Angela encourages me. My friends are all clapping. I'm like, all right, dude, I got this. Walk up to the peak again, and I'm right there. I'm like, all right, Tim, jump and pencil. So here we go. Amping myself up. I jump. or leap, whatever the you want to call it. I get off of the rail. All right. Now I'm free. No more. No going back. Only spot I can go is down. Right. So I begin to do this thing that my friends all told me I need to pencil. So I start to pencil. Right now, here's the thing with me. While all my friends are like skinny and in shape, I'm fat and not really in shape at all. I mean rounds of shape, but whatever. I digress. So I jump and I pencil, but my pencil is a little bit different than my friends because I have a lot more body space kind of thing going on and a little more top heavy. So here's what kind of happens. I jump, I pencil, but then I start to lean back a little bit. I just slightly start to lean backwards and I'm like, oh boy. So I'm kind of going back a little bit. Now this is all happens in like 3 seconds, by the way. It's like wicked quick. So I'm like leaning back and I'm like, oh frick, that's not good. Let me try to readjust and lean forward a little bit to see if I can go back straight. So now, and rather than leaning back, now I start to lean forward. And I'm like, oh, what the and now I'm going forward. So I'm like, oh, frick. Now I'm going to belly flop. So I'm like doing quick math in my head. I'm like, okay. And so now it's a point of the pencil I'm going to hit. And so here's what I do. Instead of landing back, instead of landing forward, basically, I flail my entire body. I just freak out. I'm like, ah! I just like kick. And I try to go back because I'd rather land on my back than my stomach. I realized that midair. I was like, okay, this isn't good. Okay, this is a lot worse. I'd rather go back. So I kind of go kick. So it's almost like back, front, panic kick. I just kick and I fling my body. And I flail backwards. And I'm like, ah! And I look like probably like a dolphin out of water trying to flick to my back. And sure enough, I get enough momentum that I flick all my weight to the back. And chat, I land square, just flat on my. If this is the water, my back was like, you would have thought 10 shotguns shot off. It was so loud. I was under the water and it sounded like a bomb went off. Like, and I stand up slowly, and my friends are all like, oh. And it's like all of a sudden everyone realizes this is a bad idea. Like I was saying it the whole time, but it took me to actually jump off the bridge for them to realize that. And my entire back is so red, dude. It's literally, honestly, dude, I probably messed some stuff up, bro. It was pure, it looked like the sunrise on my back. It was a mess, dude. And I just want to say for the record, I went back and I sat and I didn't raid that night and I was in a lot of pain the next day. And that whole thing with Angela, it didn't work out. She still didn't care and I was still in the friend zone.